everybody. Chris Wood here. After 5 years, I'm only tuning in here to say congratulations after 5 years of injuring, torturing, body mutilations, skull splitting, brain injuring, kidnapping, sex assaults, lies, time buying, cover ups, arrest refusals, false arrest, sex assaults, medical file falsifications, medical treatment refusals, discriminations, blacklisting, stalking, extortion, attempted murder. I spoke OPP crimes. I became a victim of 5 years. OPP ex-chief or commander, year 2019, before he left Napanee, he's guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit. He is a sex slave trafficker. Staff Sergeant, years 2019-2021, kidnapping, sodomy, sex assault. Robert Lucas, Shannon Cork, Constable Ward, Dave Weiss, Stacy, a mental health worker, was Napanee Daily Tea Company, now Kingston AMHS. Shelley Hafner, kidnapping, May 27, 2021. Wow. Dr. Margie V, aka Tatiana V, Dr. Tatiana Vukadinovic, Lennox and Addington County General Hospital, the one that falsified my medical file to get me discriminated against, to get me medically blacklisted against, to prevent me any medical help, and to assure crimes against me, plus being falsely charged through the hospital for their crimes twice. Dr. Joy Hadley, Dr. Barton, Dr. Waldron, Dr. Pritchard, Dr. McGregor, ex-CEO Wayne Covyduck, and patient relations are all criminally negligent, involved with criminal intent to commit and cover up very serious crimes against me with intent. Because of the file falsifications, because to get me discriminated against, because of the lies against me. Justice of the peace, obstructions, accusations, intimidations, threats, false arrest, and refusals through private prosecution, because also the one time it involved her. OPP number 1, sex slave trafficker, child stalker, pedophile, sex offender, heroin addict, stalker, highly psychotic, highly delusional, piece of shit who is guilty of stalking my mother, who is guilty of causing her death in 2020, one known as Bill Wooldridge. Many alias names. He used to live at 34 Water Street. Bill Wooldridge, Bill Cooldridge, Bill Delarosable. Interesting, that's one of his names, and I think he had a sister or somebody, or there was somebody in Napanee with the very same name, a woman. But Bill Delarosable, he also goes by James Bubbles, he goes by Stephen Mavis, he goes by Robert Cross, approximately 70 years old, bald, glasses, highly psychotic, believes that he and I were switched at birth, thinks that he is my dad, and was stalking and calling my mother Mom. Blair Frederick Hardy, guilty of identity theft, guilty of torture, guilty of attempted murder on me with intent to commit. Highly psychotic, he is a stalker, a meth trafficker, and he is frying the fuck out of my brain right now as I am doing this. And I can 100% prove how. Bert Hustler, he is guilty of torture crimes against me. He's guilty of being involved with my identity theft, skull splitting, and attempted murder. He is a sex slave trafficker. He is Robert Lucas is sex slave. Oh yeah, for OPP involved there is also Robert Kane 7224 and also Spencer Mills 14716. But he is Robert Lucas's sex slave. He is guilty of attempted murder on me with intent to commit. He believes that he used to play for the Philadelphia Flyers and Hartford Whalers in the NHL. Robert Barry, he is guilty of torture crimes on me. He is guilty of brain injuring. He is guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit. He is a sex slave trafficker. He is a truck driver, and he is a possible serial killer. He and his boyfriend Robert, who are committing sex assaults, and he allegedly has AIDS, HIV, and he is spreading his disease around to victims. He is a homosexual, and he is raping men and giving them HIV, giving them his disease, allegedly. There is Tyler T. Baglake. He is guilty of torturing and killing my dog Runt in March of 2023. He's guilty of identity theft on me. He is Robert Kane, number 1 rat informant. He is guilty of attempted murder with intent to commit. Jason Gimpy, 2-step Van Alstyne. He is guilty of identity theft with the intent to commit identity disability and insurance fraud. He is guilty of torture crimes on me. He is guilty of attempted murder with the intent. He is guilty of selling laced fentanyl as well and committing overdose murders and getting away with it. Raymond LeBlanc, he is guilty of criminal stalking. He is guilty of torture crimes on me. He is guilty of being involved with Tyler Lake and torturing and killing my dog Runt in 2023, March of 2023. He is a child groomer, a criminal stalker. He's guilty of attempted murder on me. Harry Hartwig, he is a child groomer. He is approximately 83 to 85 years old. He is a child abuser. He is guilty of brain injuring me, torture crimes. He's guilty of attempted homicide. He's guilty of very serious abuses on me as a child too in Winnipeg, Manitoba. His nephew Dale Hartwig, he is guilty of identity theft with the intent to commit homicide for drop charges for a stabbing he committed against his wife Tracy's ex-boyfriend or whatever, and Dale's boyfriend, wife, husband Tony Anthony Axel Rose Hearns. He is guilty of attempted homicide, brain injuring me, skull splitting me, body mutilations, attempted paralyzing me, sex assault, and attempted homicide with intent to commit with and for his boyfriend, wife, or husband, Dale Hartwig. These are all OPP, drug-fed, money-paid pieces of shit in Napanee. Each and every one of them are guilty of murder and attempted murder for the police while getting free drugs, $22,000 to have anyone arrested. My skull has been split. Right now, I have absolutely no feeling in my head whatsoever. I have a tube in my throat that I've never had before. No surgeries either. I have a tube in my throat that goes from my chest to the right side, and then it comes up to my throat and bulges out and goes up around to the back of my head, and I get air and liquid going through me constantly, and it is numbing me down. It is deforming my skull. It is how I am going through identity theft and my changes while I am being prevented from help, while being called a delusional, hallucinating retard, while being prevented any kind of medical help for 5 years, while I am being tortured and have to go through constant identity changes by all of these pieces of shit who are using remote neuromonitoring on me through the very terrorist, treasonous, corrupt Ontario provincial police. I spoke their crimes. My mother was stalked and murdered. My dogs were tortured and killed. I am a 5-year revenge, retaliation, full physical identity theft victim from these lowlives, and nobody can be arrested, so damage is done Time is bought, and each and every one of the police, whether they are in Napanee or not, are guilty of murder and attempted murder. They are slave traffickers, human traffickers. They are false arresting victims to get pictures, prints, signatures, to put them in the biometric system. They are doing it in an attempt to criminalize their victims to get away with the crimes that they are guilty of as well. So beware of this. They are putting illegal prisoner tracking onto their slave traffic victims. Time has been bought, damage is done. Chris Wood is pretty much dead. Congratulations to OPP, the doctors who prevented me from getting help for 5 fucking years, and all of this could be medically proven as well. If I could get an MRI, or if I could actually get medical help and actual proof, it would prove a lot. But unfortunately, I cannot afford to go to Quebec, I cannot afford to go down east, and I cannot afford to go to Manitoba just to get medical help. Compliments of my file being falsified and me being fucking completely and totally discriminated in the province of Ontario. Plus, I also made videos. I was under duress to make a video stating that I would never seek medical help within the province of Ontario anyway. I was actually pretty much forced to give up my OHIP and all my medical rights. And this is a fucking fact. This is why OPP, the doctors, and the rest of these bastards are getting away with their crime on me. My medical, my legal, my human rights have been taken. And as I said, Chris Wood is pretty much dead. Dale Hartwick is a fucking lowlife piece of shit garbage. He is a speedhead. They are fentanyl dealers. Each and every one of them I share DNA with, and it can be 100% proven for what they've done to me. As crazy as it may sound, I can 100% prove it. That tube earlier was bulged up like a son of a bitch in my neck. And I get air and shit pumping through me, and I also taste piss and shit as well. Look at how much fucking deforming has been done to my skull. Look how much has been rounded out. Look how much skull I have actually lost, and went through these changes while not being able to do anything and being constantly in excruciating fucking pain because of it. Full skull split, full fucking injuring, torturing, deforming, mutilations, and not being able to do anything about it while being called a delusional, hallucinating retard by doctors, called a self-harmer, which is sure the fuck not true. Compliments of one Dr. Tatiana Vakadinovic and one Stacy and her bullshit fucking lies against me. And then OPP stating about drugs I do not do, using those fucking narratives about being suicidal self-harmers or drugs. So when they're torturing, injuring, slave trafficking, and murdering their victims and doing this to their victims, they are using the narratives of being suicidal self-harmers to cover up the fucking homicide murders that they are guilty of and committing, and having it just labeled as what I said, drug overdose and suicide. So they're fucking getting away with it. Meanwhile, it is 100% homicide through the fucking police, and doctors are criminally involved. Napanee is a very seriously dangerous town. As I said, the OPP, doctors, the justice of the peace, they got that fucking town wrapped up. If you are poor, homeless, elderly, disabled, I would seriously be careful and beware, because each and every one of them are guilty of murders. They allegedly had my mother killed because of my fucking hunter skull or some fucking thing. Allegedly, words of one Blair Hardy. Like, what the fuck is that? And like I said, I have no feeling in my face. I have no feeling in my mouth right now around here. And it's Jason fucking Gimpy Vidalstein, the piece of fucking shit garbage. And look how much I'm looking like the fucking bastard, and I'm older than him, and I am no relation to the piece of shit inbred crackhead. And I'm not taking a fall for any OPP fuckhead little piece of shit like him. Because they're putting prisoner tracking into their victims as well. And they're illegally fucking framing their victims, so public beware of this. I spoke their crimes and I became a 5-year fucking target. As I said, my legal, medical, and human rights have been taken. Also, they could get away with this. No damage is fucking done, and you are guilty of murdering the Wood bloodline OPP. And all my words, including me sharing DNA with these bastards, can be 100% proven. Tyler fucking Lake, Robert Kane, little drug-fed, meth-fed little bastard, rat informant, piece of shit garbage. Him and Jason Gimpy Van Alstyne are the two main ones. And they gotta fucking answer and pay for everything. They are also possibly guilty of killing Jack as well in 2021. He was with them, Van Alstyne was with them. He's very serious and uses the fact that he is a fucking crackhead, uses the fact that he is a stroke victim, and conveniently using Lennox and Addington, Ontario provincial police, very seriously dangerous technology that nobody is aware about, which is the R&M. How the fuck am I going through these many changes, improving it, and still being called a fucking liar? Blair Frederick Hardy, he's the biggest homosexual piece of shit garbage. He's guilty of murdering my mother, Dale Hartwick, Harry Hartwick, Tony fucking Hearns, Bert the Hitman Hustler, Robert Barry, Brandon Barry, and they are all OPP protected. Neither one of them can be arrested without $22,000, which I do not have. But then again, police need arresting and charging, and that will never happen. One way or another, I am going to get to a lawyer. One way or another, I am going to get very serious lawsuits on OPP and the doctors for what they've done to me and Lennox and Addington Hospital. I have all the proof I fucking need. Will you prevent me from help and having me falsely charged and labeling me as doing this to myself, you pieces of shit garbage? Stuff that I could not possibly fucking do in any way, shape, or form, nor would I want to do it. I was very happy looking like my dad, and now I look like fucking Jason Van Alstyne and Dale Hartwick and all of these other pieces of shit goof. A bunch of different times. Sean McKay, fucking crackhead, he is guilty of attempted homicide on me in Belleville. He broke into my house, he demanded money for crack, and then when I didn't give it to him, he threw me down a flight of stairs, broke 3 of my fucking ribs, and then turned around and threw a TV on top of me, and then fucking left. So right here, Chris Wood is pretty much dead, and Jason Van Alstyne, you are guilty of murder in the first degree, you fucking bastard, for OPP. I hope this is seen, I hope it gets shared, and I hope one way or another you pieces of shit pay for this, because there's fuck all I can do about it. Just be safe and beware that this is happening. All because they're jealous fucking low-life pieces of shit. Congratulations, OPP, you bastard fucks. I'm gonna see each and every one of you sued, you fucks. No feeling in my head whatsoever. Nothing. And this is all 100% legal because it's OPP revenge. So you done your fucking damage, you pieces of shit. Spencer Mills, Robert Kane, giving free fucking drugs to these lowlives, which they are delivering to them every night after 2 a.m. shift change. And that's a fucking fact. One way or another, they are getting drugs delivered to them after 2 a.m. shift change. I think I might need to start buying lottery tickets so I can win a bunch of money just to fucking give in to OPP extortion to get arrest done. Pretty fucking sad. You've proven just how dangerous you truly are, OPP. And Dr. Tatiana Vukadinovic with your fucking low-life pieces of shit. When people disappear, murdered and missing, it's the police, it's criminal doctors. When it's around here, it's Blair Hardy, it's Bill Wooldridge, it's Tyler Lake, and they're all above the fucking law, and nobody, not even the cops, can touch them. They own the drugs through OPP. They are the ones that's reselling drugs for Robert Kane. And they're all making a shit ton of fucking money. My fucking skull. Right in here. Like, what the fuck? It's all completely and totally hard, and I feel nothing. I don't even feel any fucking thoughts in my head. And I taste and smell piss and shit going through my head and my face and my mouth all the time as well. So I am being fucking decayed. I am being totally tortured. I am being totally mutilated. And I am being totally fucking injured and murdered while they're getting away with it. And each and every one of them will claim fucking Pontius Pilate through OPP, Pontius Pilate fucking cops, and the Pontius Pilate fucking doctors around Napanee, Ontario, who are very seriously dangerous. They most likely come here because they can commit their murders and cover them up through their fucking lies and positions of being a medical doctor. You're fucking very seriously dangerous, Tatiana Vukadinovic, and you are not above me. You are not an authority to me in any way, shape, or form, regardless of what you think. You are not an authority to me, and neither is anybody at Lennox and Eddington Hospital. I am not your fucking child. I am not your puppet. And I have nothing to do with your fucking hospital, nor do I want anything to do with your hospital because you're very seriously dangerous people. And because of your fucking hospital and your lies against me, you are guilty of ending a bloodline for fucking criminal pieces of shit garbage. So, be safe, everybody. I hope everyone's having a good Saturday, at least, because I know I sure the fuck ain't. Damage is done. Van Alstyne, Bill Wooldridge of 149 Center Street North. You are pure fucking garbage. You're lucky Shannon Cork laughed in my face as I told her to arrest him, as he went on to stalk and murder my mother, and she knew exactly what was taking place. She told me to file a report knowing it would have been burnt up, tore up. It would have done no good. And I fucking know that for a fact. I went to OPP to get arrested, and since then I've been through serious fucking changes. This is how they frame their victims too, using their fucking prisoner tracking on their victims to screw them over once they're committing these identity thefts and completely and totally fucking brain injuring them to cause memory losses to get away with it. So you're almost there, you pieces of shit. And you're lucky this is fucking all police legal to me and everybody else, because they're fucking owned in Napanee. Same with the doctors. You've assured this. You, no matter what, you assured my murder, and you will pay for it one way or another. OPP, not a threat. But you will pay legally one way or another. You are pieces of shit, fucking little lowlives. You are terrorists, and you're using your positions, your guns, and the fact that you are cops to commit very, very serious, heinous fucking murder against victims while torturing the fuck out of them for 5 years going through this. Stacy Kingston AMHS, you are a piece of shit in one way or another. I will see you in fucking prison as well. You are the Carla Homolka of the bunch. You get the victims for them to torture, sex slave, and kill. And that's a fucking fact. It's very seriously, it's all organized between Napanee and Kingston. And I have proven it. There's also police in Kingston that are involved through Jason Van Alstyne. That lets him deal the fucking laced fentanyl to commit his fucking overdose murders. And they're using that as a fact, that just a means of addicts getting the bad drugs in. Oh well, just another one gone, no big deal. They can label as whatever, but it's being done with intent to kill them. Be safe, everybody. I live near Deserano. I live on the other side of Deserano. I'm a 5-year revenge retaliation victim. I'm not in Napanee. And each and every one of these pieces of shit, Dale Hartwick, Tony Hearns, Blair Hardy, Bill Woldridge, Tyler Lake, Jason Van Alstyne, Bert Hustler, Raymond LeBlanc, and the Barry Boys, you are going to answer one way or another. You were pieces of shit, gang stuck and fucking filled, drug-fed lowlives in Napanee.